The elegant woman took off her gloves to reveal her 3 fingers. Then she asked someone to help her take off her shoes, and her feet only had 1 middle finger. And that's not all. She pulled off her wig, revealing a big shiny bald head. Her followers followed suit. This is a gathering place for witches. The big witch finally pulled out a worm from her head and directly ate it. This scene was seen by Luke, who was hiding below, only to see the big witch grinning that exaggeratedly large mouth and hissing at the little witches under the stage. Someone dared to stand up to resist. The big witch raised her hand and released the power of thunder and lightning, electrocuting the little witch to the point that her body was covered in blackness and finally turned into a puddle of powder. Only then did the big witch suppress her anger and said that she had brought everyone out today to ask each witch to open a candy store in her own town. Said from the chest, pulled out a bottle of magic potion, said a drop, a child an hour to become a mouse, 2 drops, half an hour to change, 3 drops, immediately change. They just want to make all the world's children become rats because the smell of the children's body to the witch is as bad as stinky dog shit. The little witches listened and immediately applauded the big witch with 2 fingers. Earlier the big witch had already put a drop of potion on the chocolate and given it to a little fat boy, and said that she would be back before 12:25 and give 5 more chocolates so that the witches could see the power of the potion. The witches were very excited. Just as they were getting excited, the big witch suddenly changed her face, told everyone to be quiet, and then sniffed around with her nostrils. Smell under the table. Stinky dog shit smell is getting stronger and stronger, so angry that she overturned the platform, but nothing to find. The smell is still there. She will be half a meter off the ground to continue to find. At that moment, there was a knock on the door and the little fat man arrived. The big witch took the chocolate and told him to go inside. The little witch who opened the door took the opportunity to chain the door. Little fatty hesitated for 2 seconds, but couldn't resist the temptation to walk over .12:25 as soon as he arrived. The little fat man trembled. His nose and ears were purple, and he was bounced directly into the air, his body rapidly becoming smaller. Empty clothes landed on the ground. The little fat mouse Wobbly climbed out and questioned what the witch had done to him. The big witch ordered to step on him. The little fat man rushed to hide, but a small mouse, which is the opponent of those witches, was stepped on several feet. Luke is anxious, and the white mouse in his pocket can't stand it any longer, so he runs out to help. Just out on the spot, the mouse cleverly avoided the attack, grabbed the little fat tail, dragged back to the channel. Before the little fat man could figure out the situation, the iron frame was lifted off. Luke was dragged out. The other witches came up to hold him down, trying to pry open his mouth to pour potion. Luke wouldn't open his mouth, so the witches put drops in his ears, 3 of them. Luke, like Humpty Dumpty, shudders and bubbles purple, and is catapulted into the air, his skin covered in purple bubbles, and he turns into a rat. The suit falls to the ground and Luke burrows out, still not quite used to it and walking wobbly.